So to get started on Medium, the first thing you need to know is you need to go to the platform, the website itself. It's medium.com, and then you sign up with your email. I advise you to use an email that you use regularly because the platform does not use password. So what they do is every time you want to log in, they will send a login link to your email. So from your email, that's what you use to log into the website. So that would happen if you're using desktop, but if you're using your phone or a tablet or an iPad, you can get the Medium app right there, so that when you log in, it's just in, and you wouldn't have to do that every time you want to log in. Also, you must note that when you the account, the email that you use, that's the email they're going to use for every other thing that you would be doing on the platform. So it's important for you to use a good email there. Another thing to note is that if there are things that you can be able to do when you're on desktop that you won't be able to do on the app. For example, there are some settings that you can be able to do on the desktop and not be able to do on the app. So I prefer using the desktop version, as you have seen in some of my other videos, but you can decide to use the app more than the desktop. I don't think that affects distribution in any way, but it's just something that you need to keep at the back of your mind. So when you get started, when you sign up, it's very simple, it's very easy, it's very straightforward. You have to choose a subscription between these three. So you have the free subscription, which costs you nothing. I think you can read a few stories, and then you would be behind the paywall. You can be able to read more member stories if you stay on the free tier. But the free tier is a good place to start. It's just a good place to get in. Even if you're not ready to buy any subscription, it's a good thing for you to just get in. However, if you want to be writing and earning on the platform, I highly encourage you that you have to choose a subscription. I think it's compulsory, I'm not sure, but you have to choose a subscription between member, being a Medium member, and being a friend. Now, Friend of Medium is a subscription tier that has just been opened. It's very recent. I think it's about a year old or even less than that, and it was opened recently. What exists in the last few years that I've been on the platform was just a membership, which is $50 a year. So when I started, for example, I was doing $5 a month, which is a monthly payment. But after a while, I moved from $5 a month to $50 a year, and that's the membership tier that I am currently on. So there's the friend subscription tier, which is $150 per year. And what does that just means is that more money to be distributed on stories that you engage with and that you read. And I think that there are more benefits to being a friend, to choosing the friend subscription tier, but that is not widely spoken. When it comes to Medium, there are not a lot of information that you can get on the platform because a lot of people are closely guarded. A lot of information are closely guarded on the platform. So I think there is more to it, but I'm not so sure. But you would see my opinions and my guesses about that as we go on. So you have to pick one of the two. You can start with a member, but if you're enjoying the platform and you feel like, okay, this can be more to me, or I can get more out of this, then you can upgrade to friend. And if you want to stay a member, you can stay a member. If you want to go to the friend tier, you can of course go to the friend tier, which has some of its own benefits. Now there are some people, now this is what you would see when you see someone who is either, if it's a free member, you would see their profile picture will have nothing on it, the members will have like a star on it, and then the friend will have like a love symbol on it, just like you're looking at right here. And there are some cases that I've seen that people who would intentionally remove their badge, they will remove this friend of Medium badge. So just because someone has no badge doesn't mean that they are not on a subscription. So that happens, and I think I've seen a few cases of that. So something worth paying attention to. Now, the next thing is to create a compelling bio. So this is very, very, very important. If you're going to be writing on Medium and if you want to be earning money on Medium, you have to create a compelling bio. And your compelling bio must answer two questions. Now, this is the job of the bio. It must answer two specific questions. And the first one is, why should anyone care about what you have to say? Why should anyone care about what you have to say? And then the second question is, who are you associated with that gives you some credibility? So it's important for you to, maybe you've worked with Apple before, maybe you've worked with Google, and then you're writing stories regarding technology. That's a very, very good thing that you should include in your bio. If you are maybe in, for example, I'm in marketing and I've had 8 years experience, so I put that in my bio. And whatever it is that you have that you feel like can give you credibility among people that I've never met you before, I've never seen you before, total strangers online, whatever gives you credibility among people like that, you should put in your bio. And your bio, is very short, and it's going to be on every story you publish at the end with your profile picture. So you should have something really, really good crafted for that. And you can also take a look at some of the people who have a lot of following and see what they have on their bio. Now that's very important, because there are lots of people who don't know how to write bio, who write irrelevant things in their bio. But if you look at people who have a lot of following means that lots of people have enjoyed their stories and have followed them. So you want to see what they have on their bio that makes it special. Now there are some people who put a kind of CTA on their bio. What I would say is, in my experience, that doesn't really move the needle. So if you want to put it there, it's fine, but it doesn't really. Now, very rarely do people click that, or people go anywhere from that. So just have that at the back of your mind. But if it serves as a kind of social proof, you can actually put it there. So think about these two questions. Whenever you're making your bio, it must answer these two questions. The next one is to join the Medium Partner Program. And this is where it affects a lot of people, and this is where you have to really, really be smart and be innovative in the way you do things. Then the first thing you need is you need three things. The first thing is you have to ensure that your country is supported for Medium Partner Program, which there are some countries that are not supported. When I got started, the country I was in was not supported. So there is a way for you that you can be able to bypass that, so to speak. Not really bypass, but really be smart about it. And what I did in my own case was that I got a friend who was in a country that was supported, who was in the United States, and I got him to be the person who is going to be collecting the money on my behalf. It was someone I trusted. He's someone I know for a very long time. I've known him since he was a kid, and I know his parents and my parents are friends and stuff like that. So he's someone I trust very much. So I just gave him back-end control over my Medium account, and he filled everything. Like he did all of that on my behalf. Like, he's not interested in opening a Medium account, which is fine by me. So the back end was something that he got into. So when payments were made, the payments were made to him, and then he would then send it to me. And that was how I operate. That was how I started, and that was the functions which I use. Now, one thing you should be careful about when it comes to things like that is that when it comes to taxes, which was surprising to me the first year that happened, because when taxes come, the income from your Medium is going to affect your taxes. So it affected his own taxes the first year that we started doing this thing together. And then I had to send him a lot of information and things like that so that we can do his taxes together, because the income that I make from Medium is, of course, taxable with that kind of arrangement. But over time, I got my own business entity, and then I set up my own business structure that I use. So the second thing you will need is personal or business information. So if you're doing it for yourself, you need the personal. If you're doing it for a business, I need information about the business. For my own, currently I use information of my business. And then you need the payment account information, which could be, I think PayPal works and also Stripe works. I use Stripe, and it's seamless, it's very fast, and it's very, very convenient. So you would have to go through this if you are going to get paid from the Medium Partner Program, and you have to do this before your stories can be accepted in the Medium Partner Program. It's when you've done this and then you are accepted, that's when you can now publish stories under the Medium Partner Program. So that's how it works. And when you've set up all that, in fact, you may not set up the Medium partnership first, but when you've set up all that and you are good to go, your bio is good to go, your account is good to go, then the next thing you should do is to explore topics. So there are all kinds of topics on Medium, varying kinds of topics, lots of articles, millions of articles that people have written, new articles, old articles. It's all there on Medium that you can freely read. So what I would advise you to do when you're getting started is to find articles that interest you. Now, because if it doesn't interest you, the platform is going to get very, very bland for you really, really quick. So you have to find things that interest you, articles that interest you, and topics that interest you. You go read them. If you find them interesting, if you love them, you can clap, and that is the way that you kind of maybe what you know as love or like on other platforms. So that's the way it's done on this particular platform, which is Medium. You clap. And then there is always a function also called highlight. Highlight is it's just the way you highlight any text on any platform, Microsoft Word or Google Doc, the way you highlight. So when you highlight, you see an icon that says highlight, and then that icon is going to pop up. and then you can highlight a text from there. And then when you highlight a text from there, which is very good, you can choose to comment based on that. And these 4 things are important because of engagement. That would mean that you are engaging on other people's posts, which is very, very important and very, very crucial on Medium.